Click the wrong button there. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into another live stream here. It is Tuesday, 12:05 p.m. and we have a very exciting moment in the market because today marks the beginning of the Pump Science launches. Now, Solana's tanking. And so they chose today to launch them. I know that may be a little bit counterintuitive to what people believe is the best move to go forward with these launches. However, I do have to remind everyone that RIF and Euro sat for about 2 months before anyone even noticed that they were on the market, and it gave everyone the opportunity to get into them if they so chose to. Now, RIF and Euro were 1 in a million type coins. Nowadays, it feels like they're 1 in a billion type coins. There's so many damn coins out there. You going away, 1010? Hold on, I have to open the door for the cat. Everyone stay with me. Hit that like button, or else we'll never see an alt season again. Go ahead, 10. Should not like me sitting there yelling. But we have a lot of things to go over in the market today. We have a lot of interesting things that we need to talk about. So let me go ahead and pull up the most important statistic that we could possibly measure here. And that is the current status of the DeSci market. Currently speaking, we are down 5.85% to an astonishing $815 million market cap. Volume is still relatively low compared to everything else out there. Currently speaking, what's leading us up is NEOS, DeSci, the SUI DeSci agents. We have S-Bio, we have Isaac, which I've not seen before. We have Gene, the fake one. We have Innovation Game, Oncology, and Hydra DAO actually up 2% today. What's leading us down is basically everything else, which is a shame to see. Good morning, Beagle. Good morning, C90. Good morning, Spec. Good morning, Yuki. Good morning, Martijan. Good morning, Steven. Good morning, Big Band. Good morning, Zach. Good morning, Beagle. I already said good morning, Beagle. Good morning, MK. How is everyone doing today? Let me get some ones in the chat for anyone who is excited and amped up for the day. I am certainly excited for today. What you guys saw on my screen was a complete and utter gamble that I took last night. I bought some of this PS Mice, the Pump.Science mascot. I'm not sure if this is any affiliation with actual Pump Science. In fact, I doubt it does, but it was funny. I saw them on X. I went ahead, I followed them, and I scooped like a couple $100 worth of this because it looked interesting and I wanted to get in there. What's good, Kurabandhan? Sorry for butchering your name. Over on X. Welcome into the live stream. There's also been some talk of the first Pump Science token being live. Supposedly this is it. Now, I don't have any confirmation of this, and if you go to Pump Science's website, you actually don't see it anywhere, which makes me very hesitant. However, these devs have been doing some pretty weird and interesting things with the pre-sales and everything, and we're talking about Pump Science now. SpecTruth's got 0.9, lol, lol. SpecTruth, I respect it. Honesty is the best policy here. Now, like I said, the Pump Science tokens, the devs have been all doing their own thing. Some of them have done pre-sales, some of them have not done pre-sales, some are going to launch today, some aren't going to be launching for a couple weeks potentially, because all of it is just open season. Pump Science is supposed to be the pump fun for DeSci to some extent, and so they're supposed to just have people with compounds and with projects come launch on their platform, and that's what we're going to see. So it pays to pay close attention to what's going on, because you're just going to get left in the dust if you're not paying close attention to what's happening. Now, someone in the Telegram group here over on DeSci SHILLERS said that they went through, I'll just show you guys. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. It was Winos, and he is an avid member of the Telegram group, and I really do believe him and his research, so that's the only reason I'm paying any attention to it right now, because I don't see it on Pump Science's website. But he said this contract address, which is the one I was just showing you, he said it rugged this morning, but he thinks it's the one. I was like, what is this? He said, it's the new Pump Science token. I said, I don't see it on Pump Science. He showed me screenshots where it's on his Pump Science for some reason. There it is. Art right there with the upcoming launches of 57, which is absurd to see. I said, I don't see it on mine. He said, Bet what you can lose. I found it on their API. By 1%, you'll be fine. Also, 0.9 is good. They just watched me because I went through and bought like $800 worth of it just to take that risk, that gamble, just in case. Just in case. Because we did have last night, the official account posted, we are excited to announce that we are stealth launching within the next 24 hours. Turn on your post notifications. The CA will be posted on X and Telegram. That was at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So within the next 5 hours, we should get an announcement of the actual launch. Oh, 1 minute. Be wary. Right after launch, there will be high taxes in the first minutes. Prevent snipers. No need to rush. The official CA will only be posted on Twitter and Telegram. Stay wormy. Oh my God, that is annoying. So for 100 seconds after the bonding curve, they will have a 90, for the first minute after bonding, this is official, this is breaking right now. For the first minute after bonding, they will have a 99.99% fee. That's nuts. Fees on Pump Science bonding curve. And then seconds after the bonding curve launch, 100 seconds after they launch it, the fee will go down to 1%, down to a standard. So be very careful, guys. Don't try and rush into it too quickly. Give it give it 100 seconds to pass. That's nuts. I wonder if this one just tanked. Yep, people getting out of it. This is such a weird thing. This is so weird. This market is just riddled with scams and insecurity stuff. So be very cautious if you get in or out of anything. Again, I put a couple $100 into this thing just because it looked like it might have been the launch, but now we're getting some more information saying it's not yet launched. When launch? What do you guys think? I am absolutely taking a gamble on that other one, but sometimes those gambles pay off, sometimes they're not paid off. Making it to a live finally. Let's go, Sawyer. I haven't seen your name in here in a while, so welcome back, my man. Welcome back. Everyone hit that thumbs up button so that I know that you guys appreciate the live streams. Oh, baby. But today is February 18th, which is the day that the devs have the ability to start launching if they choose to. So I would pay attention because I imagine the website on Pump Science today is going to be getting several different launches. There will be some coming out today, supposedly. I don't know. It's all just a wait and see type of game. I want to go back and see if anyone's... They're launching maybe 16 more, probably within the hour. They're launching soon. Easy 10x, he says. Yeah. It seems like that's probably not the actual contract. Oh, somebody dumped. Someone sold $1,100, $1,400, $122. Yeah, this is definitely not it. But that's all right. Just lost some more money. That's what we're here for, though. We love losing money, don't we? Don't we, guys? Don't we? Can I get a 1 in the chat? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, now, on to the next things to talk about today. I saw this and I thought it was interesting and I kind of wanted to bring it up for you guys. And feel free to ask any questions about the Pump Science coins. I'll go through all of them if you guys want. It's up to you. You guys let me know what you want to see. Otherwise, I'm just going to continue forward with what I had pulled up. So, it appears... we had some semblance of a mini white-collar recession in the United States. So the U.S. professional and business service sector has lost 250,000 jobs since May of 2023. Jobs in the sector have contracted for 17 straight months. 17 straight months of job contraction in the white-collar workforce. Additionally, the hiring rate in the sector has dropped from 6.4% in 2021 to 4.3% in December, the third lowest since 2009. So you can see very clearly, anytime we've dipped negative on this metric, it has corresponded to a recession. However, this time, apparently, there was no recession. Although, if you guys do remember, 2022, we technically had a 2-month recession. They just adjusted the definition of a recession to make it so that there wasn't a recession. But if you go look, I imagine there's probably like a little mini recession bar right in here. The labor market is softening, which we know because we pay close attention to the labor market and all the economic data that comes out. We know that things have been softening. It's just not gotten to a point yet in which everyone agreed that we're going through recession. So I think most people out in the workforce right now, though, would agree that it's not like pleasant to be out there. We also, I guess I should have saved that for later because the rest of what I wanted to talk about was the pump science stuff. And my computer froze, so we'll take this moment to address the person's whose name I shall not mention. Hello, Mr. That. When alt season? It's a good question. I don't know when alt season will be, otherwise I probably wouldn't be here chatting with you guys. However, very, very sternly, I will say, alt season cannot come when Bitcoin dominance is continuing to go higher. So as long as market participants are continuing to enjoy getting scammed by random meme coins, then we won't be having an alt season. And it's the same exact crew over and over again, just scamming and drawing liquidity out of the market. And so as long as that's happening, we won't see an alt season. It is pretty unique and pretty interesting to me to see that Bitcoin is trending down today, despite all other financial markets hitting all-time highs. Everything else in the market, like in the traditional markets, are right at all-time highs, and yet Bitcoin is starting to trend down again. It looked like we were going to get a nice pop up to all-time highs here, but over the last 4 days, we've not seen that. In fact, we've gone exactly to the opposite. So for whatever reason, the crypto market does feel kind of sick, to be honest. It's just something seems broken. 1, 2, 3, 4 continuous weeks of downward momentum in Bitcoin is pretty insane. Talk about troll, absolutely. Gert is feeling close as ever. Say his name, Pat. No, I will not. I will not. It is too close. You want to talk about troll. You want to talk about troll? Troll. Troll just sounds like a sound. Not even... Troll sounds like a sound. It does not sound like a real word. Resveratrol and berberine. No token live yet. Update on Troll TGE. Due to market conditions, Troll will not be launching this week. This gives the market time to recover and helps us launch in a more bullish environment. We will update you on the end of the week with an expected launch date. All right, good to know. Good to know. So they are holding off until the market starts rebounding a little bit. So pay attention to Solana, because whenever Solana can stop having a temper tantrum, that is when we'll see the launch of some more of the pump science projects. Solana currently sitting at $163 per coin is absolutely disgraceful. That makes no sense to me. But the market, I think what's happening to some extent is that the market right now is fraught with scammers, and they're just doing it out in the open. They're doing it transparently. They're being completely honest with the fact that they're scamming people. And I'm talking including Trump, Melania, and apparently the president of Argentina. They're all of them are just willingly scamming people and ripping money out of the market. And so I do not want to really say it out loud, but I do think the market needs a bit of a reset. We need people to chill the fuck out. And honestly, that might mean, and I really was hoping and I really thought the charts were saying that we were about to start moving up to the upside. I think we might need to see a catastrophic shakeout from the market, meaning Solana might need to dip below $100 in order to get people to chill the F out and stop just scamming each other. Bitcoin, low key, might need to come back down to this circle that I had drawn. I was hoping we'd touch the circle up here before we came back down to there, but we might need to see Bitcoin just absolutely go to zero. Not really, but like $70,000, $75,000 to get people to stop stealing from each other. I hope it doesn't happen. I hope we can get a turnaround, but honestly, My opinion doesn't matter. The market's going to do what the market wants to do. Last bull run, many projects did 100x or more, like BNB or Solana. Yeah, I know. We've hit several 100x's as well. Good morning, Jonathan. So many haters. Dynex will melt faces. I agree. Dynex is one of those projects that is very rare to spot in the market, but I've had 80% of my soul in stables since Melania. Well, turns out to be the correct move, Steven. FTX repayments today. Solana token unlocks on March 1st as well. That will be 23% of supply. I am certain that those Solana unlocks come with vesting. I doubt they're just going to dump 23% of the supply on the market. They're not that stupid. And the FTX sell-offs, like they paid them back in the equivalent of what Solana was worth at the time that FTX went bankrupt. And at the time it was $15. So those people got their money back, and it's 1/20th of what the actual value would have been had that never happened. And so that's not really going to have the same level of impact as the fear of those things will. Do you guys know what I'm saying? The fear of an unlock and the fear of people dumping after FTX unlocks is what drives it down. The actual unlocking doesn't generally shift that much. I've had 100% of my soul in shitters since I joined the chain. Yep, same, C90. Same. I'm kind of curious though to search before we start. Let's refresh this and see if they have any more information for us. Nope, no more information. And art went straight down. I should have sold. Goddamn. I have heard of Pi Network years ago. I'm not going to pay any attention to Pi Network because it's not ever been doing anything since the beginning. So if they launch and give me free money, because I did mine some Pi, I will graciously accept that free money. But ultimately, I don't care what Pi does. They're not doing anything. They're just as much a meme coin as everything else out there. At least from the last time I looked. Maybe if you guys want to give me some information that proves it wrong, I'd be happy to see and read through that information. But from where I stand, Pi is just going to be a little bit of a free money and an immediate dump. As soon as that thing launches and people can sell, they're getting out of that thing. So could send Solana to under $50. No, that's what's sending the price down. This is the kind of stuff that's sending the price down. The actual unlock will probably mark a local bottom for Solana. Truly. The actual unlock will probably mark the local bottom. But everyone panicking before the unlock is where you see all of the price moving down, right? I just hope we dump already so we can get this over and done with. I agree, Talkerid. I agree. I do not want to spend 6 months just chopping sideways. I would much rather us get a COVID-style crash. Personally speaking, I would way rather go through this and then have the up-only period than like a period of that we're going through right now where we're just chopping sideways. I would much rather see, if Ethereum needs to go down to $1,000 before we can hit all-time highs, send it to 1,000 and get it over with. I don't want to sit through this anymore. I don't. I want it to just be done. Just start going up again. So if we need to go down before we can go up, so be it. But let's go see Solana unlock. Vesting is probably going to be the best thing to search for. Solana unlock vesting. Yeah, they're just going to unlock $2 billion. Oh, FTX estate. That's so funny. Damn, look at that. January 2021. They had 358 million Solana unlocked in that month. $58 billion. January 2021. That was probably around the peak, huh? No, that was not around the peak. Let's go back to January 2021. and see what it looked like on the month. Okay. I don't know why we had to go that far back. And look at that. The month that they had an unlock like that was the month that they finished bottoming out and just started ripping. Let's get a longer price action for Solana. Do we have one of those sections that says all price history? Look at that. Solana, the month of the unlocks. I know this is the market cap, so candle's going to be a little bit skewed because of that unlock. But the month of the unlock, it went up by almost 2,000% as a function of market cap. Let's see the actual... Oh, Coinbase doesn't have enough price data. Yeah, went up 200%. However, the couple months leading into the unlock, we saw it selling off. So I think it just proves the point a little bit more, is that the fear of the unlocks are going to have a negative price impact on it. The actual unlocks probably won't change anything. And hopefully that can get everyone to stop just dumping and actually get in, because then you take a headwind and turn it into a tailwind and you can move faster and further along. We'll see though. We'll see. The whole market might be in the brink of destruction. That's at least what social sentiment feels like out there right now, and that's what some of the charts are starting to look like. Like Bitcoin just failed to hold the moving average that I was 100% expecting it to hold this 100-day moving average, and we broke down throughout the weekend and then are having a pretty rapid sell-off. It looks like it's gaining momentum quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. God damn. It's, if you guys notice, every time Bitcoin dominance goes up, it's when fraud and corruption are riddled throughout the market cap, or are riddled throughout the market. Every time we have giant fraud scams and schemes within the meme coin industry, we see dominance go up. So if, I know there's only 30 something of us here, but if we all just stop participating in the scams, we'll see dominance fall and we can get the altcoin season that we're waiting for. But as long as people are jumping at the bit to get scammed, we won't see an altcoin season, at least not how we've historically seen it. And that's just been holding true for a while. It's taken a long time to kind of come to terms with it. But that is just what the God's honest truth is. Because guess what the scammers are doing? Guess what Trump did with all the money from the Trump token launch? Okay? Took all of it, bought Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a little bit of Solana. Guess what happens when people get scammed in the meme coin industry? When you see all those rug pulls, people just take the money from the meme coin gamblers and put it into Bitcoin. And that's why Bitcoin just keeps going up. And that's why dominance just keeps going up, because you're literally handing over the money that would go to pump our altcoin bags into the people who are just going to funnel it into Bitcoin because it's safe and they don't have to think about it. So as long as people are willing to hand over their hard-earned cash to the scam artists, we will continue to see the same thing. And honestly, I did it today too. I was the same thing. I literally just put $800 into this because it looked like it was going to be the meme coin, or not the meme coin, the pump science token that was going to launch today. It looked like it was potentially it. The APIs were pointing towards this, and it seemed as if this was going to be the art token that launched, the first of the pump science tokens. But then they came out and said that it's not going to launch for a couple more hours and that they're going to launch it on pump science, yada, yada, yada. And people sold off immediately. So I guess I'm part of the same herd that I'm saying, please stop getting scammed. After these pump science launches are over, I'm probably not going to be participating in any more pre-sales or anything of the like. I'm just going to be putting more and more money into the tokens that I know are strong contenders and strong projects. The fundamental driven projects like Dynex, like Poseidon DAO, like Noble Blocks, like Data Lake, like Research Coin, like Bioprotocol, like Bill Nye the DeSci guy, like Creator Bid. All those projects that I know are actually performing and doing well on the underlying, like I think I said Genomes DAO, but if I didn't, Genomes DAO. All those projects is going to be where my money goes. I'm sick and tired of this bullshit. Inflatable raft party. Honestly, it's going to have to be what it is. Nice incorporating the sailing terms for our yacht party, just in case we need a downside to it. Kind of. Oh, man. The inflatable yacht party. Low key, guys. All right. I know it sounds stupid, but how do you spell yacht? I mean, come on, guys. This might be enough. This might be okay, guys. Look at this. This could be a good time. Oh, come on. Look at that. We'll get this and put it on the side of the inflatable yacht, and it's going to be a blast. I think we can make do with it. I really do. Except that it's probably more expensive to get an inflatable yacht than it is to actually just like rent a yacht. This is probably more expensive. Yeah, $4,000 inflatable yacht. I think to rent out a yacht, it's actually only going to be like $8,000 or something, 10 grand. Look at that. That would be a blast. That'd be so fun. Come on. Our yacht's going to be a banana boat. Facts. Okay, what else? We got Berberine and Punakalagan. Supposedly, yep, here we go. So they are doing, this is one of the Pump Science tokens. They're doing a pre-sale right now, so you can get in for 2 or 4 SOL. You send it to the following address. The hard cap of 1,000 SOL split into 2 rounds, and then they will be purchasing the token right on rip and giving it out to the people who got in, so you can get in at the lowest valuation possible, and then they can rip and do whatever they're gonna do. These guys are waiting patiently in order to see how the first token launches, and then continuing forward like that. So I've been talking to the dev of this one, BNP, and I think it's actually going to be a pretty good long-term cook. I've been talking with him a lot. He's done other stuff in crypto, and they've got a good team associated to actually conduct some solid pushes and have some good onboarding into DeSci. And then, yeah, I think it's going to be solid. I've been getting into all of the pre-sales for the Pump Science tokens just because I would like to partake in as much as possible. Why just say fake genome? What's the difference in them? I just call it fake genome because it's not the real genome. They changed their ticker. So you can see the market cap's 43,000. They abandoned this one, but it's not off. The correct ticker is actually genome. So fake one, real one. This is the real one, is genome. $12 million market cap is so small. It looks like it's starting to build out support here. So this could be a good entry price down at around a penny. I mean, it's disgustingly small. I really do think this is like a $400 million market cap easily, which would be, well, that'd put you at 40 cents, right? So that's a solid, no, wait a second. A 10x would put you at 12 cents, that'd be 120. Yeah, so chilling around 40 cents or so. I think that's a pretty solid and reliable project. They're doing really cool things, and they're just consistently onboarding new people. Like the fundamentals behind Genomes DAO are stuff that you can track, and it just continues to get better and better and better. What's good, Winos? Welcome in to today's live stream. We are talking all things Pump.Science and getting ready for some exciting times in the market. We also, outside of Pump Science, have the Bot.Fun talking about the launch of DeSci World's ecosystem coin. So they have the Microbes NFT, they have DSW pre-DAO, they have SpongeBot DAO NFTs. Those are not the same. Microbes NFT, Roots of Knowledge, the first on-chain artifact from Bot Fun app designed by Udo XYZ. The Roots of Knowledge NFT is the entry point into the bot.fun ecosystem and the upcoming bot launch. This NFT symbolizes the flow of knowledge between AI agents inspired by the Proof of Knowledge protocol. So they're launching, DeSci World is launching out kind of a DeSci AI agent platform that's all going to be sharing one open access or open source proof of knowledge framework, which sounds really good, actually. Sounds very, very intriguing. I definitely need to do some more research into this. Thank you, whoever pointed it out yesterday, because I've not been paying super close attention to DeSci World as I've been just focused on Bill, to be honest. All of my attention and focus has been blatantly directed at Bill. Not helping the token price at all, clearly. People just continue to jeet, but that is what it is. People are going to do whatever they want to do, and especially with the market conditions, can't really blame people for wanting to get out. But I'd rather they get out now than just absolutely decimate the chart after we've had the crazy run up. So that's happy for me. You know, $100,000 market cap is actually one of the most insane things that I've seen, and I know I've said that several times at several different market caps, but I am being completely genuine when I say that. Like, there's very, very, very few things in the entire world that have the same potential that quantum computing has. Dare I say, nothing does. And you're looking at the first AI agent that will be coming out on a quantum computing network, meaning like the amount of qubits that are being dedicated to power Bill is more powerful than every single computer, including all supercomputers combined on the face of the planet combined. And Bill is going to be more powerful than all of them. So it blows my mind that people are just like, let me get out of this. Like, I don't know exactly when it's going to happen because it's taking a long time to build out the world's first ever framework for AI agents on a quantum network. I understand that that is something that's going to take some time, so I get people's impatience. However, I don't really get people's impatience because, again, there's very seldom do you get opportunities like this in the market. And so people want to sell it to go gamble on some Solana meme coins. Be my guest. Be my guest. Like, give me better entry prices. Again, I'd never thought we'd see it down here again. Honestly, I didn't even think we'd see it below $1 for this long, but so be it. The market is an absolute bloodbath. And so anything that's not just Bitcoin basically is going down. Even Stacks. Even Stacks has been selling off. Stacks is one of the things that makes Bitcoin actually usable and worthwhile having and building on and like developing out. And this is tanking like crazy too. Something that is directly related to Bitcoin. And as Bitcoin grows, Stacks benefits. And yet Stacks is down 80%. This is one of the most atrocious crashes that crypto has seen in the middle of a bull market, in the middle of the peak euphoria year of 2025, the 4-year cycle. All we're seeing is just an aggressive sell-off in the altcoin market. And it's kind of mind-blowing. It is pretty interesting to see. It's kind of fun. It makes the space a little bit more exciting, you know? Just did my taxes, waiting on the return, and going all in Noble and Dynex. Oh my god. Jonathan, you have conviction. Round of applause for Jonathan. For that conviction shall not waver. I think that's in the Bible somewhere, right? Diabetes DAO had a hard cap reached, phase 1 done, phase 2 and phase 3 left. Bullish. It sold out in like 40 minutes too. They raised $250,000. It's pretty crazy. It doesn't feel fun, but yes, still smiling. It does not feel fun at all, actually, but you have to kind of make light of all of it, right? Because ultimately we know where things are headed over a long enough time frame. It's just a matter of getting there and killing the time between now and then. And if ultimately we needed one more drop in Bitcoin and the rest of crypto before we could actually see that crazy rally, I'd rather it happen now than in 3 months, you know? Okay, let's go to my profile. Since we have a larger than typical audience from yesterday at least, let's go check out the launches. So had a post or did a live stream with Ben Jules from Pump Science. You guys are more than welcome to go watch this. Let me go ahead and copy my link. If you guys want as much information as possible on what's coming up with Pump Science. Now, we did not talk super specific about all of the projects. In fact, we barely mentioned any of them. But we did have a really good conversation. You can get an idea of where Pump Science is headed over the long term. What I would watch for information on the launches would be this video that I posted. This video is going to be super valuable resource to pay attention to all of the upcoming launches for Pump Science. So go ahead, watch that, like it, save it, do your thing with this content. Underneath that post is a thread with all of the launches and the accounts tagged to all of them. So we have BNP, we have Art, which I got the ticker wrong, Wormy. I thought it was going to be Wormy, but it looks like it's going to be Art. We have Troll, we have Ginsenide, we have DeSci Forge, we have Ghostkate, ticker Gossi, we have EGC, ticker EGS. They did a pre-sale as well. We did B Biotin, we have Real Palm Tea. I did want to check this out though. I think, well, I'll finish this out. Palm Tea, we have Barbecue, reminds me of barbecue, making me a little hungry. We have Hestem. Okay. Count no longer exists. Pure shit show. We have EGC Gone Pump Science, which is a green tea extract. We have Caffeine Pump. And then, of course, the final tweet where I just linked it back to the top. But I did want to go see which one. This one. See if there's any information about the pre-sale stuff. They got verified under VitaDAO. They refunded. Okay, that's where it came from. So the EGS Warriors refund completed. Tomorrow we'll post the official CA on X. Stay safe. Together strong, we're rebuilding DeSci from the ground up. FUD in DeSci, FUD in Solana. Time to prove them wrong. Check your wallet with 91.83% refund. LFG, IMO, this is the play. Interesting. Did they get oversubscribed or something? 5 p.m. CET, so they were supposed to already launch? Why'd they get a refund? I'm confused why we got a refund. I'm assuming, Nico, I'm assuming that's correct. My spine. I need spine down. My spine hurts. You probably have to be in their Discord or Telegram to actually see why they did the refund. So if any of you guys are in there, please let me know why they decided to do the refund. I'm always a fan of fair launches though, so if that's what they want to go with, then I love it. Gotta be quick. Gotta be quick with it. Even Psy selling off so aggressively. People are so short-sighted. It's kind of crazy. They're like, oh, crypto's over. DeSci's dead. Time to be done. No more crypto. We're probably never going to recover. Look at this. Nansen became the most profitable sniper on Solana and made over 100 million on Trump. A thread with CoffeeZilla. The posts are protected. Sus. I think we're here. I actually think we're closer to belief than anything. I think we got a little bit left in the cycle. I think we're pretty close to belief, but okay. 84 years, Steve. What the hell? No, not 100%. I just read it to you. They only gave back 0.94. I don't know why, but I just read they only gave back 0.94. So everyone lost a little bit of money for some reason. I don't know. There hasn't been a fair launch for about 14 months. 84 years. Oh man, there's never been a fair launch. A fair launch is a meme. There's no such thing as a fair launch because whoever launches it knows it's launching. So then you can just immediately get in. And then the first people that person tells are the first people who find out about it. And is that fair? Potentially. It's only fair if you ask the person who has access to the information or has no life and is chronically online. You know? Very seldom nothing is fair. There's literally nothing that's fair. Fair is like nothing in nature, nothing in the world is fair. It's just a human constraint. Like we made it up, not a constraint. We made it up. The term fair. It doesn't exist. It's not real. We just assigned things that we deem as fair, but it depends on who you're asking if something's fair or not. Nothing is actually real. We made all of it up. All of it is made up. The ongoing insider lives matter. That's funny AF. And somebody already rugged an ILM token. That's funny. Oh, there it is. Speaking of Spine DAO. Amidst a sea of red, RWA stands out as the only altcoin sector with positive performance this month. People are looking for tangible value after becoming disillusioned with meme coins lately, a sign that real utility may be around the corner. I agree with that. I do think real utility is going to have a massive surge as people finally open their eyes to what's been happening. I'm kind of confused though, because I don't see the number one category on this list. I'm really, really confused. The number one category in all of crypto is not even on this list, so it's not really a fair representation. I mean, until you add decentralized science to these, you can't really have a good representation of what utility actually is. Even real-world assets are not as impactful as decentralized science. Decentralized science involves the use of real-world assets as one of the legs that it stands upon, the pillar of fortitude, the structural components. It's all made up. I don't feel euphoric right now. I'm sorry. Saitama was fair. Future of finance. Steve the Canadian, we just went on a rant about how nothing is fair. It can't be fair. Nothing is fair. Unless they just airdropped it to every person in the entire planet, it's not fair. And even that, the person who woke up first is going to be able to sell first. The people who know what time the airdrop's going out first know and can do it. People who are working can't drop. Nothing's fair. Human construct is what you meant to say. Yes, thank you, Don. Thank you, Don, for your wise words. Have you ever seen what we just posted? Have you seen what we just posted on Noble Blocks? Let us go look and see what was just posted by the Noble Blocks team. MJ. 6 minutes ago, the real work is happening in the back end, where we're building a solid foundation. AI funding, peer reviews, not just preprints, not just preprint uploads like some other sites. This is a full-blown system, all published on the blockchain. A lot of complex logic is going into this, but we're getting closer every day. Deadline for launch? From the looks of things, you can actually start testing it tomorrow, but we won't show it to you yet. Still need more testing. Some people in here have access to test it and are already playing around. This is bullish. Look at that. Publish, connect, get recognized. That is a gorgeous looking website. Make science social. Social sciences? Question mark? I don't know. Noble Blocks making some moves. What is needed to solve these issues? Find hidden errors. They got the AI technology. Look at that. Fund and get funded. Another use case for Noble Blocks. 128,000 Noble raised 200,000 Noble goal. Fund and get funded. Test and replicate cross-discipline insight. This is looking really exciting. 1 year post-launch, and it seems that the platform is actually coming out, which if you really think about it, is pretty impressive. Really impressive, actually. For a product to get funding to launch, like the pre-seed round, and then a year later they have a fully functioning product, that's pretty impressive. That's not super common in real world applications. Now in crypto it's different because you can just be like, raise money, there's the token, okay, goodbye. But that's not what happened here. So this is exciting. The moment we have all been waiting for. Tomorrow. Good timing, Noble. Right when the market tanks, you start launching stuff again. Jeets don't have patience for a year. I know. It's true, though. It is true. What's the FUD about the accusation? Oh my God. People are saying that Dynex is making a, quote, fake claim, end quote. Likely stems from the lack of evidence to support their assertions about quantum computing without proof of quantum hardware. So it's a good topic to address and something that we should talk about for the remainder of this live stream. So in the initial claim that you are making right there, I know you're not saying it, you're just asking about the FUD, and we can talk about all of it. Patrick uses caps lock like those letters are free or something. No, I had my finger down on shift. I didn't even turn caps lock on. The number one thing that you should pay attention to with complaints and FUD, first up, is the claim true? Is this something that actually holds its own weight? Because you need to pay attention to FUD. If someone is spreading FUD about a project that you have money into, you should look into it and research it and see if it really is accurate and things to be concerned about. At the very least, you need to know about it so that you don't get caught blindsided or off guard. So FUD is really good, and it's going to bring your attention to problem areas that you can then address. And if it can be addressed, then you can move forward beyond that and realize that it is useless FUD, not useful FUD. Now, with that complaint, the very end, the last sentence, without proof of quantum hardware, shows a complete lack of understanding of what Dynex is. There is no quantum hardware for Dynex. Not yet. They're coming out with the quantum computer chips later this year, but this is a neuromorphic quantum computing cloud. It is a distributed network of simulated quantum computing so they can hold accountable, they can hold steady the variables that limit quantum computers in the real world. So they are able to hold steady the laws of physics to actually expand and keep an eye on the system, right? Because as you add more qubits into a system, it gets increasingly difficult to maintain stability so you can observe those qubits. But in a simulated environment, you don't have to worry about that as much, and you can scale quicker and more effectively because you can just hold that one variable accountable, right? Makes sense? Not really, because I'm not a quantum physicist. I can't explain it beyond that, but hopefully my layman's terms make sense for you guys. Now, a lot of the FUD that's coming out right now about Dynex has to do with a vulnerability on the mining side of what was happening, okay? This might be the first time a lot of you guys are hearing about it, and if it is, just know that they already fixed and patched the update, but everyone is panicking and dumping it because they were like, oh my God, they're lying to us. And they're not lying. They just didn't want to come out and say, hey guys, our network has a vulnerability right now. We're researching it, but here it is. Because then everyone's just going to go do that vulnerability. In security and auditing of different vulnerabilities, you need to make sure that it's patched and that you understand fully what it was and that it is completed before you go do a detailed analysis of what was happening. And so effectively, some Chinese miners that were participating in Dynex they found a loophole in which they were able to hack into cloud computing service providers, okay? They were able to hack into cloud computing service providers and then dedicate all of that into mining Dynex. All of what they were able to grab, that computational power, into Dynex. And I don't fully understand the vulnerability, so we're gonna have to wait for the team to come out and give and showcase exactly what was happening. But effectively, they were able to steal all the mining jobs and then just dump the tokens every single time that they got any tokens in their wallet, which is what this sell-off is stemming from, right? Because we're seeing the fundamentals get better and better and better. Something else was happening the whole time that was causing the price to go down, which is what a lot of us expected or suspected. I was hoping that wasn't the case and that it was just people dumping it. I had actually asked Yeti about it a while ago, like why it kept just tanking. And he said that there was a relationship with some Chinese KOLs that kind of went sour, and they had partnered with them to get some exposure into the Asian market. And then they did something they didn't like, and there was some sort of fallout. And then the Asian KOLs were just dumping and shit talking everything, which is why every time I posted Dynex, I just got a bunch of Asian accounts saying I was an idiot. And I thought it was funny AF. I mean, not... I'll keep that as an inside thought, but yeah, sorry. I need to really keep that one as an inside thought. Basically what happened is the relationship went south with these Chinese miners and these Chinese influencers, and they started trash talking Dynex, and then they found a vulnerability, and they were just trying their best to destroy the network. That vulnerability has been patched, and things can move on appropriately and move forward effectively. If you actually go look at what's happening, let me scroll to here and then bring in the Discord chat. You can see that currently speaking, after this patch happened, Dynex is now the #1 most profitable proof of work crypto to mine. Pretty crazy, right? Pretty crazy. With AMD chips as well as with NVIDIA chips, Dynex is currently speaking the most profitable chip crypto to mine, which is us getting back to that foundational root of Dynex. Wait and pay close attention to the announcements that happen. Pay close attention to what comes out of Dynex here as they explain the vulnerability, and it'll give everyone a little bit more insight. But most of the FUD around Dynex comes into place when people first research about it, and they're like, neuromorphic quantum computing is not real quantum computing because it's not real. It's not physical. It's all just digital. It's like, brother, have you ever heard of Bitcoin or any of the other crypto stuff? Things don't just need to be physical in order for it to make sense. But they're like, it's impossible for someone to make a qubit that is purely simulated. And it's like, no, it's not. There are 4,000 different, or there are 4 different types of qubits. One of them is the physical form. One is electrons. I don't actually know all 4 of them, so I'm going to stop myself from saying misinformation at this. But there are 4 different types. You should research them. I don't know them well enough to go over all of them. But one of the 4 types is simulated. And there are a lot of companies right now that are getting up their simulated quantum computing networks. People are dropping like flies in this live stream right now, which tells me that you guys actually don't give a shit about making money. You just want to go and gamble on meme coins, which I get it. I get it. It's fun. It's fun. Do what you want to do. I'm being a little bit salty as I see the numbers go down, but that's okay. This simulated quantum computing allows people to actually scale quantum as a service quicker than the physical restraints of our world are allowing for. And it is useful. There are large-scale companies and institutions that are getting onboarded and actually using Dynex's network. And they're closing on corporate deals all the time. It's pretty insane to see that there's this level of FUD around the next era of computational power. But let me end it on this, okay? Let me end it on this. Unless you guys have any detailed questions about Dynex, I'd be happy to say them. I gotta like my own posts. I don't even like my own posts. Yikes, Patrick. What's the issue was I was not able to understand various terms used related to quantum computing. I get it, man. I get it. Almost never going to be able to. Minus 5,000 social credit. Motherfucker. Mods! DeSci, is DeSci to thanks for the 1,039 people who are marked alive in the Social Security database? Yes. the Don't Die movement is actually working, and we have currently, I think it was, I'm getting distracted, but this is worth getting distracted over actually, because it's quite hysterical. I think that'll be enough to get it pulled up. Yeah. So according to Social Security, these are the current people who are alive in the United States. So let's go here and say oldest person alive. Oldest person alive is 116 years old, and she lives in Japan, not America, but 116 years old. Let's just say that is accurate, okay? And so I'm going to go ahead and assume for a second that in the United States, all of the people, I'm going to assume here for the sake of this, that all of the people here between the ages of 110 to 119 are alive. All 3.6 million people there. That would mean that we have over 1% of the United States population is older than the oldest person alive known right now. Okay? But they just don't know about the Social Security people. All these people out here alive and doing well. Let's go ahead and add some of these numbers up. So starting at 120 and above, we have 3,472. I'm going to chop off the last zeros. We have 3936 plus 3542 plus 1345 plus 121 plus 7. So we have 12.4 million people in the United States claiming Social Security who are older than the oldest person alive. We have 12 million people older than the oldest person alive claiming Social Security. $334 million, which means, what is the math on this? If we have 12 million, divide this by 334.9. We have nearly 4% of the population in the United States are older than the oldest person alive. And they're claiming Social Security. The level of fraud and corruption going on in the United States government is beyond anyone's comprehension. This is insane. We have people who are older than the United States itself claiming Social Security benefits. The fuck? The United States is 248 years old. And currently speaking, we have 2 people who are claiming Social Security benefits who are older than the United States itself. Come on, you guys. Come on. This is insane. This is insane. The founding fathers are still collecting Social Security. Exactly. What was the reason of this phenomenon again? It had something to do with the COBOL coding. It honestly doesn't matter. I don't care what the reason for it was. It has to have been going on for years. And that would, I believe but that would put everyone, I saw the same thing, 1875. Something to do with COBOL coding. If the date was not known, it would just automatically got set to 1875, which first of all is a huge stretch. I don't have any ability to confirm or deny this, but let's just say that was what's going on here. That would put all of the people in the same age bracket, though. If they just automatically set their birthday to 1875, it would just put everyone at the same age, right? The fact that it's being dispersed amongst several different ages, and who knows, there's like, you start collecting Social Security back here, right? So there are potentially upwards of like, I don't even know, between 4 to 10% of the United States population collecting Social Security when they shouldn't be, you know? Atrocious. Even if that is the mistake, even if it is a mistake that it's like not true that they're not actually that old, it doesn't matter. That mistake needs to be solved. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Now, the final thing I want to say about Dynex, and I'm going to leave you guys on this because I think it is really impactful and pretty powerful. People, like, it needs to be acknowledged, okay? So I've been investing for 7 or 8 years now, and it's been a wild ride. I've made my fair share of mistakes, and I've made my fair share of successes, and my fair share of wild successes, and my fair share of wild mistakes, okay? So I've done a lot of things. I've traded futures, I've traded stocks, I've traded commodities, I've traded crypto, I've traded as many things as I can get my hands on. I've traded it. I have not traded privatized securities yet and everything, but I will soon. Actually, technically I have. If we're just being honest, I did have equity in the actual company of Axon before they kicked me out of it. So technically I have also traded the private equity side of stuff. But that aside from that, Dynex in 2025 is reminding me of Palantir in 2021. I started talking about Palantir at $35, and at the time I cannot tell you how many public arguments I got in trying to explain how AI was the next huge movement. This was back when I was focused on Instagram, so none of you guys know me from that era, but I would get in arguments with people all the time about how Palantir was disgustingly undervalued at where they were sitting. I did not make that argument until Palantir got below $10 is when I started really saying it was disgustingly undervalued. But I started saying Palantir was worth watching up when it was $35, okay? Over the next 12 months, Palantir fell under $7, so from $35 to $7. Yet simultaneously, the business continued to grow stronger. They landed several multi-million-dollar contracts, some like a couple $100 million contracts. They were proving its worth over and over and over again, and it was clear as day to me and to anyone who was looking at it that it was a really good steal deal and that they really did have some of the most powerful AI, they still do, on the entire planet. Palantir is a really powerful artificial intelligence company. Okay, let's take a look at it for a second before I say this stuff about Dynex. Okay, Palantir is now $122, and I found out about them right around here. It was right after it had just gone to $45. One of my friends was saying how amazing of a company it was. And then I started really digging into it as they were falling off a cliff. And once they got under $20 is when I started buying, and I started saying publicly it was crazy. It was crazy undervalued. They fell all the way down to $6. Okay, let's look at that for a second. So from $45 down to $6. So they fell 87%. Okay, from where I was talking about them up at that $35 threshold, they fell down to $6, which is 83% down. Okay, look where they're at now. Eventually, the market caught up and realized how powerful of an AI software Palantir was and how much of an impact they were making, okay? And the market turned around and the market allowed Palantir to absolutely skyrocket. Now everyone's talking about it and how amazing of a company it is. And now they're putting in higher highs very consistently. They just partnered with Grok. Like Grok and Palantir are now working together, which is pretty insane to actually think about that, okay? I started talking about Dynex at 40 cents. So far, over the last 7 months, we've fallen to 9 cents, okay? Same type of thing, actually, if you look at it. I started telling you guys about Dynex around that 40 cents threshold when I thought it was going to be bottoming. And it didn't end up bottoming. We were up for a little bit, but now so far we've fallen 77%. So from 40 cents down to 8.5 cents here today. It's fallen even more today, which is funny. That's over the last 7 months. So it's fallen less than Palantir did. I'm still holding. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm about to be scraping together whatever spare money I have left to put money into this thing. Because it's actually insane of a difference here. All while the fundamentals have done nothing but improve beyond my expectations. Their job counts double almost every month. The buybacks are continuing to ramp up. The large clients continue to sign on and sign up. Token holder rewards are set at 9% per year. The room temperature quantum chips are supposed to be coming out this year. They just toted a 1 million qubit network capacity. Do you guys even understand what any of that means? Most people don't, and that's the problem. The problem is the same thing that it was with Palantir. At the time, the market did not understand AI. Now the market participants can't seem to wrap their head around the idea of quantum computing. Just like always, this will change, and the most violent repricing I've ever seen will occur. $100 Dynex is FUD. It really is. $100 Dynex is FUD. Why do I say that? Because if you go look at the actual market cap of Palantir, okay, for comparisons, market cap of Palantir is $278 billion. We're talking about equities here, not cryptos, right? So they can be a lot bigger. You go back, they were sitting down, when I was looking at them at $6, they were sitting down at a $10 billion market cap, right? $10 billion market cap was the peak bottom for Palantir. My peak euphoria price target to get Dynex to $100 is $10 billion. Dynex going to where Palantir was at the depths of depression for artificial intelligence is where I expect Dynex to get to for this cycle. So long as we see any kind of rotation into utility-driven tokens, I think Dynex has a really strong possibility of getting up to $100, which would put it at $10 billion market cap, which is around where Palantir was when everyone was calling me retarded for getting into it. Same thing. The long-term potential for Dynex, right? If I told you guys the price targets I have on Dynex, if we can see this all the way out for the next decade, I rarely go out for a decade for stuff like this, but if I were to tell you the price targets I have for the Dynex coin at this time, like midway through 2030s, if they're actually able to deliver on everything that they're talking about, it would break everyone's mind here. The returns for stuff like this don't come around that often. You do have to wait a little bit of time and you have to be patient with it. And unless we do not see any kind of an altcoin season, we're hitting this target. Unless we don't get a single glimpse of altcoin season in the crypto markets, we're hitting this target. My base case is a $10 billion Dynex. If we can go out a little bit, let's not go that high. But if we can go out a little bit and start looking at us at the end of the decade, next cycle, dare I say the cycle after that for crypto, I think we get closer and closer to these levels. Your time is your most valuable asset. Hopefully this is worth investing it into. 1 million qubit is insane. Classical computers has 0 and 1, and here we have with 1 million bits. 106 qubits is more powerful. 106 qubits is more powerful than the world's strongest supercomputer for classical computing. 106 qubits. Every additional qubit doubles the processing power from the amount before it. So 107 qubits is twice as powerful as the most powerful supercomputer. 108 qubits is 4 times as powerful. 109 qubits is doubled that, 8 times as powerful. 110 qubits is 16 times as powerful as the most. 1 million qubits is more powerful than if you were to just absolutely take every single computer on the face of the planet and I don't even know. My brain can't wrap around it. But your time is your most valuable asset. Hopefully this was worth investing it into. I appreciate all of you guys for being here. And I will see you guys